3, 2, 1, go. That kills me. I forgot to start the audio recording. Damn it. Hearthstone is one of the... Wait, Hearthstone... What? I'm thinking of... I'm not thinking of Hearthstone. Hearthstone... Yeah, Hearthstone's fine. What is the other Blizzard game? So it's... Here's the Storm. That's what I'm thinking of. Here's the Storm. I don't know why I thought that was Hearthstone. Feeling very slow today. That is amazing, that tree, though. That is just amazing. I have a hard time believing that. For most... I've seen metrics for the amount of money people make from ads, ad revenue. And then I've also seen the metrics from subscriber revenue. Nothing from donations. I'm not considering donations at all. So if you're talking about, $1,000 a day donations, that's something I've never looked at. So if people are making just racking in the dough from people doing stuff like that, then more power to them. That's something else, though. Just to have your name pop up on the stream. Might as well just go directly to this large, right? Well, Dorks, I think the Intel isn't a big issue if you play with the delay. Honestly, if you want to stream like traditional Eve content where the information that's being portrayed on the stream isn't the issue, and you want to do that with a delay, I think it's entirely possible to do. It essentially just means you have to have a really big delay to have that kind of content, and I don't think that is something that I personally would want to watch, or more to the point, I would want to broadcast. So if you want to really interact with your viewership, you can do it with EVE Online. I just think you need to disconnect yourself from really being competitive on a smaller environment, small scale environment, like solo environment, like I'm doing. I think it's actually pretty possible to do micro ganging, small gang stuff with the stream going with no delay, if you have some confident people that you're flying with. I don't think the information you give out is all that important. But I think Ferris Wheel really points out the major issue with EVE Online is that there's a lot of downtime in this game, so it really comes back to the broadcaster to picking up the kind of the gaps in content, which can be really difficult to do. But with a 10-minute delay, yeah, I mean, yeah, Norwegian. I mean, that's something that I just don't really think is all that interesting. What are these guys doing? What are these guys with, more to the point? I don't think you realize how fast I am. I'll take it. No station though. Boo. What's this guy in the Tristan gonna do? Is he just gonna sit there? He's gonna burn off? He's gonna burn off, right? Towards me? Away from me? What are you gonna do? I don't know if this guy tagged me. I didn't see him tag me. I'm quite fast, so I don't think I'm fast enough to break this guy's orbit. He's warping. Yeah, he's warped. Let's check what's in the Ares Rick. I was hoping for paste. Paste is pretty good. These aren't too cheap either, but let's head over to Igmar. I always go to the wrong one. Yeah, I know what you mean, Baki. It's really a testament to, if you've been flying in Inventar space, how you treat the pronunciation of Arnher versus Anher. When I was flying the 7-2 guys with Altane FCing, it's very explicitly ARN gate. Head to the ARN gate. You're always going to have at least one person lemming through HiSec, though. Damn you, Queen, and your huge cargo bay. I bet you have cargo expanders, Queen. The worst. Let's drop this stuff off really quick. The paste alone is actually worth quite a bit. It's a smooth couple of mil, especially for the size of it that it takes up in my cargo hold. Someone should deploy an MTU at the HiSec gate and Anher, yeah. That's an idea. Do that and like put something with a fast point on the gate. I honestly don't understand why people watch other people play. I mostly do to learn something while interacting with the streamer. It depends. It really depends on the type of content that's being displayed. Sometimes a game's just really interesting in it and of itself. Sometimes the broadcaster is just really good at a game. It can be very interesting to watch. Sometimes it's a game that maybe you're very nostalgic for and you haven't played it in a long time and someone's streaming it. There's plenty enough reasons to go to one stream or another and check out the content. I know what you mean, though, from trying to learn something. I mean, if it's for a game that I play regularly, I usually I prefer to play it myself than watch someone do that content. That's my normal reaction to most streams of games I play. Oh yeah, Eve streaming is very social. Well, I think it has a lot to do with Eve in general as well. It's a very community-driven game. So, I mean, if you're streaming Eve Online, you're not talking at all, and the broadcaster's not really, providing anything, then I think that type of broadcaster giving that type of content is going to really have a hard time. I think, like, the exception to the rule, maybe you could say, is Daupa. Dalbo doesn't really talk, but he does respond to people asking questions in the stream chat. Like, he's always there in the stream chat, so he just, I think, has a different way of communicating with the stream. But his is much more of an ambient stream to me. He's kind of giving you the raw gameplay and then kind of explaining it in the stream chat. Yeah, I mean, as far as streams like that don't really pay too much attention to the chat, there's a couple of Warcraft 3 high-level players that I watch a lot. I really enjoy them just for the Warcraft 3 content. And that they pay attention to the chat at all, it doesn't really bother me. I'm very happy just to watch the gameplay. Oh, this is a good song. Very good song. Go to Tampa? Why when you say that I think of Florida? Is that actually a system in this game? Where's Tampa? What? It's not a system. What? I'm confused. Huge Adventure Fleet. Yeah. It's like, why am I flying to Florida again? Don't worry about it, just get in the plane. Wait, why am I going to Resbro? Actually, speaking of odd destinations, Resbro doesn't tend to be all that good. So there's people there. Is there actually people shooting each other? No. Screw that noise. Head to Tama, yeah. That makes sense, yeah. It's a bit of a trek, though. I couldn't think of a single reason why I should go to Tampa. You ever been to Florida, Thekla? Yeah, it's a place to go. I asked Dotapa today if he knows what happens if you really have bad standings with drifters. 3 hours later, I checked the stream again, and he told me that he killed drifters with the carrier and Sissy the whole day to see what happens, and nothing. Ricky question, is there any counterplay against bubble gate camps? So how do you deal with bubble gate camps? There's some in-game ways to deal with it and out-of-game ways to deal with it. The in-game ways to deal with it, probably the most obvious for me as a player that likes to shoot other players is get some friends and fight them. If you just want to get through them and not fight them, an interceptor. Interceptors are immune to the effects of interdiction bubbles. A Tech 3 cruiser also has a subsystem that makes you immune to the effects of warp bubbles. A module I have fit right now called the Micro Jump Drive will activate and go straight through most bubble camps. So an MJD is actually a decent way to go deal with it. You can also use resources like gate tacticals and gate pounces. Essentially, if you live in a particular region, you move about a particular region, and you want to move around that region safely, you can make bookmarks off the gate. So if you get in like a fast moving ship, or if you say warp, let's say, let me show you how to make a really easy mid safe pounce. So if I warp to, say, this planet over here, there's a couple ways to make bookmarks. I can do it with this. Let's do it with the radial, though. I don't want to do it with the radial. I just saved a bookmark really close to that gate. That bookmark is a what's I like to call a tactical, or actually a pounce that's immediately adjacent to that gate. So I can warp to that pounce and then scan the gate and see if there's people that are trying to camp it and interdict traffic. You can also have tacticals at various ranges, at different angles off the gate. So if I warp to this 300 above tactical, you can then bypass gate camps. You can bypass bubbles by using different ways to get in towards the gate. So the way that a bubble works is that this is your destination and this is your warp point. If there's a bubble on this side or on the opposite side of the Stargate that's in line with your warp path, then the first bubble that you bump into is going to intercept your warp path and stop you from landing at your destination. So if there's one this is your point of origin, this is the target. If there's a bubble, if I turn this around, if there's a bubble right here, you will stop right at this bubble. If there's what's called a pull bubble on the opposite side of the Stargate, it will pull you actually past your destination to the bubble, to the warp disruption bubble. So if you have a tactical, this is your point of origin, this is your destination, this is the warp disruptor bubble right here. If you have a tactical like above the gate, below the gate, to the sides from the gate, if you warp to, say, one of these tacticals, that's not going to be in line from your point of origin to your destination, those bookmarks that you've made above the gate. So if you look at my Cyclone right now, at this 300 km tactical, if I had to warp to this tactical, there's really nothing that's in line with this tactical and the Stargate to have a good point for a bubble to pull me in. So I'd be safe from just about any bubble warping to this tactical. Does all that make sense? It's kind of a mouthful. But yeah, so that bookmark I made, that really quick bookmark I made, it's a quick and dirty one. It's only 10,000 kilometers off the gate. Essentially, you can use these types of bookmarks for just warping really close to the gate and then doing a quick directional scan of the gate and seeing whether or not it's safe to even go use that Stargate in the first place without landing on grid and alerting the players that are on the Stargate to who you are. No problem, Moba King. So I'd explain the cap dumping way to scan gates outside of DScan. The cap dumping way to scan gates outside of directional scan. What? I don't know what you're talking about, Thekla. Oh! Okay, so I think what you're talking about is depleting your capacitor so you don't do a complete warp, then landing not quite close enough to the target. Are you talking about that? You're probably talking about that, right? I like never do that. So what Thekla is talking about, there's another method to warp to your destination, but not quite make it. So if I warp to anything in system, it's going to drain capacitor, right? So 30 AU takes, so I'm at 91% right now. It takes about 5% of my capacitor. If I don't quite have enough capacitor to reach my destination, my ship will still go into warp. In fact, if you have zero capacitor, your ship will still go into warp. You're just going to go into warp using that little drag of energy, and it's only going to fling you maybe 1,000,000 kilometers or not quite an astronomical unit in distance. Depending on the amount of capacitor you put into your warp, the further you'll go towards your destination. So what Thecla's talking about is running down your capacitor to the point where when you initiate warp, you don't quite land at your destination, but you land within scanning range, or perhaps not in scanning range, depending on how far you want to go. And that's a way to, say, get close to the gate to scan it, but not land on it, or to make, say, a midpoint safe spot. I never have done that because calculating how much capacitor you want to be using is not something that I typically do. But there's a couple of ways to run your capacitor down. You can run active modules like an MWD. Like Baki stated, you can just initiate warp a whole bunch of times. So I'm just running down your capacitor really quickly. Doesn't take too long, even though every time I'm doing that's only 5% of my capacitor. But honestly, it's not something I ever really think about, Thecla. It's interesting to me that you brought that up. Onlining and offline a module, big instant, big cap loss. Very good point, Thecla. Very, very good point. That's probably the best way to do it. Yeah, I can't even do that right now. That takes 95% of your cap. That'll drop me down to 5% cap, I believe. Hey, Woobly, how's it going, man? Would I like a drink? What is it? That's a Sir Cappuccino? That's amazing. That's amazing, Woobly. I think Thecla's going to immediately subscribe to that channel just so he can post that in channels. Sounds like a Thecla thing to do. Yeah, my normal way of dealing with that Thecla is a resounding YOLO and just warping straight to it. And keeping all my capacitor for shooting people. But I have an extreme disregard for my own life, so there is that. The Kappa face is not big enough. Yeah, no, you guys are absolutely right. It's not something I normally think about. Honestly, usually when that happens to me is that, I ran my capacitor down in a fight and then I warp off, and then it just makes a pretty convenient mid-safe for me to idle at. But it's not something I've ever thought about for scouting. That's actually really clever. I like that. That's very neat. Oh, a couple of guys just jumped out. Maybe there's a small gang. You stole that technique from a Duncan Tanner video? Oh, man. Is Duncan Tanner still playing? It's a name I haven't heard in a while. What is that? Supply? What is the kappa on? I can't make that out. I have to have that little image blown up. I would imagine that's exactly what there's a lot of people in that community, that's all they really do is tournament stuff. It's absolutely right, Thecla. So here's something that that came to my attention watching Slack a couple days ago. There was a guy that was complaining that militias can't enter as the, say, Gallente militia into the Alliance tournament. And I thought, why would that be a thing? You can have an alliance to enter into, say, the Gallente militia. What's the issue? Just make an alliance, form an alliance, get your friends in there, do the alliance with an alliance tournament. And then he raised the point that coalitions of alliances are allowed to do just that. They're allowed to pull in members from other alliances and act as one unified group of multiple alliances. I've never heard of that. That blew my mind. That is kind of bullshit. I find that quite bullshit. If anything, I figured there'd be multiple, say, for CFC, there'd just be multiple entities within CFC competing, or something like that. Why not? Coalitions are not allowed to join AT as a coalition. So, I don't think he stated that. What he was stating is a CCP person, something in the rules stating that, I can't even paraphrase it properly. CFC alliances to compete separately? What the fuck, dude? Yeah. That's so frustrating to, oh man, okay. Because I asked him for where was this written down? What are you talking about? And there's a couple people defending him, so I just kind of went with the flow. I thought that was very curious, and I'm glad that you guys are setting it straight. The exception is RVB. He also did point out RVB as an entity that did this. So do all the tournament pilots join that alliance? Is that how they do it? I don't understand. I started moving. I was about to apply some heat and try to bump that guy. Two worms, huh? Hey, jeez. That's a lot of DPS. He's correct, though. Whomever you're talking about is clearly unfair, but he's correct or he's not. Everyone here is saying that it's alliances only, except for red versus blue. I don't understand. Which gate did I come from? Sosan? Probably Sosan, right? No, I don't think it was Sosan. Well, it's one of those gates. I thought RBB is an alliance. It's two corporations in alliance that have war decks studied with each other, isn't that correct? Oh, there goes the Harpy. Fuck it. Well, why don't I just look this up? Which one's red fed? Yeah, it's red fed. Oh, so it's two different alliances. I did not realize that. Oh. I did not realize that at all. I thought it was all the same alliance. Then again, it'd be kind of weird if you could war deck your corpse within your own alliance. Anyway, I thought it was a very weak argument that the guy was making. I mean, if you're looking to compete, get a group of friends and get them into alliance. If you want to stay within your you're a militia, then stay within your militia. I don't see the issue. The issue the guy was raising is that I am a part of a corporation, and if I put my corporation into, a shell alliance where my corporation is the only member of the alliance, what's the difference? You just forced me to make an alliance. But I mean, that's just the point. It's an alliance tournament. It's not designed for individual corporations like that. Now, if your corporation, has alliance level, activity, what's the issue with making an alliance for the corporation? I don't get it. I really didn't get the guy's argument, but I just thought that whole notion of coalitions having exemptions, I guess in RBB's case, having exemptions, interesting, but it doesn't really bother me here nor there. I feel just fine working within those rules. Oh, there's something going on over here. No. Been lied to. I've been lied to. No. I don't know, Thekla. Not that big of a deal anyway. I'm glad that you guys cleared that up for me, though. I'm definitely not bored, but I'll gladly flash the fit for you. Kruger and Dramiel, huh? Drugs are in and out. Probably a good thing, because the rolls were awful. Oh, they were holding cloak this entire time. Damn it. I was going to flag for those guys. Didn't look like they're burning back the gate. I don't really care. Whatever. Moving on. Whatever, man. Whatever. Yeah, Queen, that's exactly my point. I mean, if you're serious about working within an alliance tournament, I think the guy was just looking to complain. It's like, why can't a corporation join an alliance tournament? That's exactly what I was hearing from him the entire time. That's whatever, though. It's not important. Yeah, Civil War deck. I like that. I like the phrasing on that Civil War deck. Points to Norwegian darkness. Extreme, yeah, extreme. I know, I understand what you mean, Lysis. I know exactly what you mean, but the guy was balking at it. He views his militia as his alliance. It's the way he treats it. He feels that a militia should be treated as an alliance, and you should be able to join a militia team and act as the official militia. This is regardless of the fact that you can now join militias with alliances. Misreading this post. Let me read this. Yeah, it's probably exactly that. Oh wait, actually, that's the dude I was talking about. That's the guy that was very mad about that statement. That's that the post right below Logi Bros is what I'm talking. The guy that I was talking in Slack. Well, there's a number of people on Llama. I don't really have anything on Scan, so there might be something going down. Only one guy that's suspect, though, so not really good chances for a fight. And the one guy that's suspect is waving at me. I'll wave back. Hopefully that means he hopefully understands it's a very offensive and rowdy wave where I want to strangle him or something. People were throwing around coalition. I don't know if it was Marcel or who's saying that, but someone was people were throwing around coalition. Like coalitions of players can join the AT. That's a lot of Tristans. Oh, they're not large, okay. But they're 15 degrees that direction. Is there anything that's close that way? Oh, they could be at the Cormona Gate. They could be at the medium. I'm gonna go to the medium at 100 and see what's up. Tristan's a Tristan gang. I would imagine that's gonna be shield Tristans. So I'm gonna go in with the missiles, but then again, like a comet or something, I'd want to have explosive for that. Hey, Dying Crow, how's it going, man? And nothing's here, so are people over at the Corona Gate? Maybe? No? Are people legitimately at this forgotten place? No? What? What? Surely that's a POS. Well, I no longer have Crash, which is cutting down my damage output on frigates by a significant amount. I do have a medium and a small newt, though, so I should be able to fly through most frigates. It'll turn off their active tanks, which is a godsend against ships with the insular armor repper. And was at the belt. What the? Where are these people? Stop hiding! Screw it. Whoa. I don't remember there being 30 people in local. I wasn't watching my local count. Was it 30 people this entire time? I thought it was like around 10. That sounds about right for Camilla, but what the hell? Lack of attention to detail, man. Well, that appears to be at the small. A burst there? Eee. Animalis, eee. You know, I don't think I ever watched that final match, AG Fox. I understand it was a letdown for people, but... Oh, no one's here. This is probably the Plex I was at, yeah? Okay. Local's still going up. So everyone's inside the Plex. I got it. I understand now. That's a really nasty group, really. A Maulus plus Burst plus some DPS. They all have to come in, though. But, I mean, they're going to have a pretty wicked sick tank when they are in with the Burst reps. It's 300 DPS that's being repped back. Let me go nom on some medicine before I really consider doing stuff. Cruiser gang roaming around Cormoran. Okay. The post Duncan wrote explaining why the final was a letdown was third time better. If you could dig that up, Thekla, that'd be awesome. I'm kind of curious. Explosion velocity isn't great, but it's not bad either. I'll take that. The web tricksters are hunting you. That's a corporation, isn't it? Well, thanks for the heads up, Lear. I think it's a corp. I remember that name being something in Eve. I'm not on delay. Socklev. I have just your basic Twitch TV delay of however many seconds. I mean, you had that kind of final in the Neo 2. I thought the Neo 2 finals, they were interesting, but I didn't think they were great, but they were interesting. You had two very similar comps going at it. I can't help it. I honestly can't help it. I'm gonna look inside these wrecks. They're full of loot! Queen, get over here! Bring an Octus! Exodus lost some people. Hey, thank you for digging that up, Thekla. I appreciate it. Yes, Anishua, I enabled the thing. A side effect of the thing is the potential for more buffering for lower tier internet connections. So far, I haven't really been seeing anyone complaining, but the big problem with people that have internet connections on a Twitch stream is that they usually only stick around for a few seconds. So I don't really know how much an effect it's having on the stream viewership. I'm hoping people are going to say into the chat, hey, you know, I'm used to your stream being stable. Why isn't it stable? If I want to become a booster drug lord, what skill routes would you guys recommend? MOBA King, I don't think it's really skill intensive. There's a lot of logistics of acquiring raw resources for drugs, and more importantly, the interface for making drugs is very arcane. It's not documented at all. It doesn't make sense. It's not intuitive. So it's the sort of thing that these days you pretty much want to join a corporation or alliance that makes drugs and learn. It's much preferable to do that. If you do that, then it's a lot healthier. If you don't do that, you're going to have a bad time. There are a couple of organizations that you can join that do drug running stuff. Push X, I believe, is one of them. That might not be a drug organization, but S&Wiz is the drug organization I know about. If you join the in-game chat channel Narcotics, that's a bunch of drug runners. Give me a sec. Should have rushed into him. I was with the Algos charging at me. I assumed that the Algos was going to have friends. That is not what actually happened. Maybe he does. They're just really disorganized. Because hey, look, Catalyst. Probably lining though. Yeah, he's lining. I'm not going to lock him in time. Okay. Yeah, I could have burned right into that Algos and got a tackle on him, but I saw a local count. It seemed pretty high, so I decided to kind of play it safe, get a better ammo type, then go for it. So it goes. Evidently, the Algos was using Acolyte TD drones? I was wondering what was TDing me. Interesting. Hello. I'm guessing the worm's aligned, but I'm going to try for this anyway. Hey, he just warped. That's too bad. So I just wasted my MJD cycle. This might be the free gang I saw earlier with a bunch of slicers and a couple worms. I don't remember them being red. I don't think they were red. Well, regardless, my MJD's on cooldown, so I'm gonna be stuck here for a little while. What a frustrating use of heat. Looks like I didn't take any heat damage though, which is nice. How cap stable are you with those two newts? Very cap stable. Lear the Cyclone is incredibly cap stable. I think it's 100% cap stable running MJD. It's a very efficient ship. I can have been running my MJD and I'd be able to run my newts for a while. Hey Mark, how's it going, buddy? See, I like that. I like that in a ship. Mark, stuff's turning off. Mark, you're not shooting at me anymore. No, Mark, no! Not my drone! Dick. Oh no, it's still there. It's just disabled. Get back in the drone bay, you scumbag! What's the damage? Oh, it's not that bad. You'll live. I like the tenacity, though, of going for the drone just to kill something. Pretty much, Mark. Pretty much. I wish people would suicide into me too. Yeah, I don't really know what Mark was thinking. The Cyclone has one of the things that made the Hurricane good way back in the day, as 2 utility high slots. I wonder how well this thing's gonna hold up. I wonder if it's actually gonna work if I launch it into space. Oh my... Stupid missiles are bugged. Little animation glitch. Ares came in that close? I didn't have him locked? How bad am I? Oh, I launch it and it's incapacitated. Oh, that's so funny. I'm gonna overshoot that worm a lot. Fuck. He's burning away, then he burned in. Oh, shit, I was scrammed. Okay. Didn't see that. And then I tackle a fucking hobgoblin. God, I'm good at this game. I'm amazing. I feel really good about this. For fuck's sake. Just drag it out in the space shard. It's a good... This is a very good scepter pilot. I made it out that time. One thing about the mobile structures, you can spam that stuff. I managed that incredibly poorly. Looks like people are pulling out at this point. I know they're all out of my lock range, but interesting. Oh, he's still here. Okay. And then the worm burns in again. This worm is having the most frustrating motion. Why does my M280 keep on turning off? Does Ares see it? Doesn't see it. I'm good. No! Why are you so good at this game, Ares? And then, oh my god, why am I not using my tackle modules? And then I keep on running my ASP. God, my module management's so bad. And I run the ASP for no reason. Am I just hitting the D button for no reason? Is that what's going on here? That might be it. That might be it. Oh, these guys are against each other. Oh, that's interesting. This guy has been tackling me. Damn Solo has been tackling me while the worm is trying to kill him. I find that very funny. Really good interceptor piloting from Damn Solo. I'm really impressed with that. Looks like these guys are engaging. Damn. Oh, they got a hyena. Screw this noise. Wow. Man, I was really poorly managing modules. I did as well as I did. It really surprises me. My crisis management when there's like 10 more people on grid is awful. I really need to get more in fights like that just to try to practice looking it over and managing my modules at the same time. And the number of times I ran my ASP for no reason, I think numbered in 3 to 4. Something like that. I still think the MGD. Oh, the MGD is really cheesy. Sorry about your face. If the MGD appeared in this game, um, 3 years ago, something like that, people would have called it bullshit. but it is one of the few things that makes MGD and BS actually interesting in the current metagame. That's fine. I'll care. That's totally reasonable. It's entirely preference, I think. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. My brain read no links. I don't know if anyone there had links. I'm pretty sure that Ares just had like a speed fit because he was very fragile. He was incredibly fragile. Oh, Mobakeen, if you haven't seen the YouTube video for that GIF, go watch that. The sound the cat makes is hysterical. It's like something out of a sci-fi film. I'm still sad I had to leave a drone behind. Freaking launch it. I'm incapacitated. I'm gonna do shit. Oh, I forgot the rep. I don't even know if I said good fight. GF. 6 million ISK repair fee. I'll take it. One of these is not like the others. You can't replace Tim. Also, what is this days? Stun cat training. You've been blinking that a couple days now in a row. Oh, that gang moved on? Oh, okay. That was a crazy fight. That was awesome. I don't remember if that was at a large or a novice. I guess I could just look for Rex, right? I ain't there. He was at a novice. That ain't it. It's a couple of novices. We'll figure it out. That's the one. Look at this wreck yard. Oh, there's also a bunch of moons there. Dang it! That might not be it. Might be that one. No, it's not that one. I'm not quite certain where that was. I make it look too easy. Okay, here. I mean, I was screwing up so much in that fight too. That's kind of the crazy part for me. I was doing very poorly in my eyes. I could have done a lot better. Oh yeah, Thekla, I think I died to that Rome, that Rift of Rome that the Hellcats put out like a week ago. I was trying to do some tornado stuff, killing links, and I got really bored. I tried to blap Predator Elite, and it didn't go too well. I think that was a Rift of Rome though. I saw a whole bunch of different types of frigates in that game. Epoch. That was pretty cool though. That was a really fun fight. What I think was kind of weird is that people went for me, and then another gang came in, and then the tackle for one gang kept on scrambling me, but then people were shooting at other people. That was a cluster, man. That was I feel like I was just like a third party in like this street brawl. I was just like walking up to people, shanking them, whoever I could catch up with. This guy's a freaking hero. Oh, I want to get better. I want to improve. I constantly want to improve, and my biggest issue is situational awareness. Like either I tunnel vision on things. I'll tunnel vision on my modules. I'll tunnel vision on a few targets on my overview. I'll neglect to see things appearing on my overview. Like the cruiser game kind of appeared out of nowhere for me. Like I don't look at local. I don't check local counts. There's a lot of things I really could improve on, and mostly it's just managing, taking in everything going on my screen. So that's my thing that I focus on. That I try to improve on. Yes, Kogel one day. One day I'll be as good as you. So it's always that's the true aspiration. I just need to catch up with Kogel. One day. One day it'll happen. They're doing another on June 6th? Awesome. ASBs are way easier and more forgiving than armor reps, though, with the boost on the initial activation. Management was good and jumping out was excellent. Oh, okay. I was just glad that I was able to spam that the mobile MJD and to get away from the initial damage when I was dying and I couldn't quite make it out. I don't think Dam understood that about the immobile structures, that you can just spam it. Or maybe he did and you just couldn't, he can't stick around in scram range. I don't really know. All these wrecks are still here. At least they're looted this time, with all the drones. The drones! They're drones! They don't have a home! They're gonna go rogue! I need to save them! I need to save them! Think of the children. Think of the little drone children. Yes, I'm rescuing Exodus drones. Exodus are terrible parents. They leave their drones behind all the time. Speaking of which, if you're looking to make a buck in this game, follow an Exodus gang around Lowsec. Those guys never fucking loot Rex. Not once. It's like against their code. I wonder if like you rescue drones, they'll in turn pay you back. It's like, yeah, let me save you. Like fly into incoming blaster fire, take a shot that otherwise would kill you, things like that. I wonder if that's how players get ECM drones that always seem to jam when they need jams. They just treat them really well, take them out to nice dinners, you know, that sort of thing. It's probably the missing elements. I hate ECM drones. I mistreat those drones. Combat drones, I'll treat them like kings. These are heavy assault missile launchers. Alkir. No, that's exciting. I'm glad I went in here at range. Dude, look at these guys. They have been murdering people. Oh no, they're killing Pearl things. Looks like they have killed a number of people though. God, what a good haul. Just for having a rook. Just for having some ECM. burned quite a way off the warp pin, evidently. That Stabber fleet is ridiculously slow. I think it was Trimarked with 400 plate. He had a lot of tank to him. It's not unheard of. I'm surprised the Rook didn't come back. The Rook may have been able to save him. I wish I had something that could deal with those execers. I just MJD on top of them. I don't. Is that guy still... Oh, he's using Federation Ogres this time? Nice. Hey, Kinglinks, how you going? How you doing? Gainlinks are an issue. I'm gonna have to just bail. I'm not tanking well enough. Wasn't gonna put down the Vexor in time anyway. pro armor piloting. If only I didn't have a really shitty lock time on a battlecruiser. I just webbed him into... No, I didn't web him. He just warped off. Okay. Thought I webbed him into warp for a moment there. Nice initiative with Earth Rulings. What are you talking about? Well, I was about to get tackle onto the slicer, which would have been cool, but was not meant to be. I guess the EOS is these guys' gang links for these people. They all the same group? GBL? The GBL ticker? No. Eh. Why can't I fight terrible gangs? I wouldn't really call them terrible. I mean, the Vexor stayed pretty close to his Logi. I don't think there was anything really terrible about them. The only thing that was really bad piloting was the frigates. And I wasn't able to lock them in time to really do anything about it. Oh, and that frigate gang? Oh, yeah, that's an entirely different group, though. It's fucking EOS. Someone needs to get some tornadoes over to Camella and get rid of this EOS. So I know it's hanging out in a POS. It's kind of what bothers me. It's really a weird, old school way to go about gang links. You used to be able to run those things from inside of a POS shield. Lock time should be partly dependent on the target's range for you, such that the closer target is, the faster you can lock. I don't know about that, Sven. I think it's fine as is. The only thing that bothers me about lock time is just how severe of a lock time it can be on, say, a battleship. The other thing that really bothers me, probably the biggest thing that bothers me about lock time in general is that a ship of the same class cannot lock another ship in the same class without that ship warping away. Generally, lock time is longer than the line time of a ship for ships in a class. So a frigate can't lock a frigate, a cruiser can't lock a cruiser, a battlecruiser can't lock a battlecruiser, that sort of thing. And that bothers me to no end. I can't count the number of times when I'm running around solo in a BC or BS and I bump into a battleship on a gate or something and I want to kill him. And I try to lock him. And he warps away before I can lock him. Oh, man, that bothers me so much. It doesn't really bother me so much that, like, it takes me 15 seconds to lock a frigate in a BS. That's, okay. Fine. But what really bothers me is just the inability to lock the same ship before, it can warp. Reactor, I'm kind of doing my own thing. It's up to you. If you want to fly around with me, feel free. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be going on though. It's starting to get a little bit late for me. But the PvP content has been stellar, so there's that. I don't really have much urge right now to jump onto a TS server though, so you'd have to be pretty much managing on your own. So just a little bit of forewarning. All the drones. We love you, Sard. Thank you for rescuing us. We would have gone rogue without you. And have families. Actually, just let us outside. We want to go rogue. Let's repair. I don't think it repaired. Machariel versus Abaddon? What are we talking about? Sorry for bothering my new questions. Zaxxas, don't worry about asking questions in this stream. This stream is pretty much all about trying to become a better Eve player. So if you got questions about the game or you just got questions in general, feel free to fire away. This is a very supportive stream community that I've tried to develop. So if you got questions about the game or other things, should be people here that can talk to you and answer. Damn you, Thekla. I'm gonna click on that too. I got a Vietnamese sandwich place that makes that. I don't know what kind of protein is in there, but the sad thing is about that place is that they started using cucumber instead of pepper to cut down on cost. And it's like the saddest fucking thing ever. Because it destroys any reason for me to want to go there. Where is that Tengu? Is he on a Kate? He's on the Hula Kate. Mr. Tengu. Mr. Tengu. Yeah, Thekla, it's so stupid. I know they did it to save on money, but for the love of God, just add 50 cents to the cost of the sandwich and put the pepper back in. Oh. 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 Well, he's got guns. You know, he passes. You cool. You cool, brother. You're not actually an AFK Link ult. If he was a Link ult, I would have bumped him. I would have shot him a few times. Just saying. Just saying. Hey Brandon, how's it going? More links than solo players these days? I don't know if it's that bad, but there's not an insignificant number of link alts these days. Should make kimchi? You know, I haven't had Korean barbecue in a really long time. I hear that, where did I hear about there being a new Korean barbecue place? Was that near my office? I think that might have been near a client's office. God, I haven't had Korean barbecue in so long. Last time I had Korean barbecue was over in Maryland. I think, if I remember right, there's a town over in Maryland that's like a little Korea. It's really good Korean barbecue over there. There's the double executors. I probably should just leave this system. This system's no good anymore. Oh, there is Thekla. I've just never been to one. So I wouldn't really know if there's a good place nearby. Although I'm sure I could just look up on Yelp or something like that. The nearest Korean place is half hour away. Thank God. When I was in the army, I seriously ate Korean 4 times a week. So you're saying that it's still within striking distance, so it makes you happy, or it's far enough away where you're not tempted to go, Bucky? I'm guessing it's the former. That you're not there daily. Gotcha. Yeah. God, Korean food's so good, though. There's this Korean noodle soup that's really spicy, but I fucking love. I wonder what the name of it. It's been so long since I've been to a Korean place. What the fuck would be the name of it? It's like really thin rice noodles. I don't know. Thekla, if you ever make it over to the West Coast, we can have all day, every day. That's fucking awesome, dude. I visited South Korea with my wife like a few years ago. I was seriously more excited about the food than the sightseeing. Cool. The main reason why travel is food, I totally understand that, Anishwa. Regional cuisine is, expanding your taste buds as well as your horizons. I dig it. I totally dig it. Oh, some spring rolls? Yeah, of course. Maybe a little bit of peanut sauce? Mmm. Mudkin were in a Tech 1 battlecruiser called the Cyclone. It's a missile battlecruiser. A Maelstrom. What the hell? Mate, I don't got one of those. I wish I did. I don't know what you're doing in a Maelstrom. But it can't be good. It's told that the armor resist is actually higher. Okay. Okay. I'll leave Yemen. Oh shit, my thing ran it down. My crash. That's gonna hurt here. Do I burn at him or do I MGD onto him? Yes, just burn onto him. Well, he's awake. He's got beams. He's gonna let me get into tackle range, that's the question. FedWeb doesn't help my case. Now there's 4 cam per second on a confessor, so they're all linked. He's gonna point me soon. But I got the insta-warp from the MWD. Double nanos, it makes a huge difference on the agility in the Cyclone. It feels super nimble. That ended up working out okay. If I didn't have the second nano, I think I would have been tackled there. And I think that the confessor should have pointed me there. I think he just made Insulin the point. Show us your fit, sure. Wait, is there a new person providing drugs in the system? If so, I'll be very happy. Just because, you know, cheap. Nope, okay. I will say I joined Black Legion a few days ago. The best part of this line so far has been the cooking section of the forum. Some seriously good-looking recipes. Brandon, you need to be the spy and, like, copy that forum, copy all the threads in that forum, and then post it on Reddit. The truth must be let out. How to make the best brownies. Come on, man. We need it. Oh, limited, you're new to EVE? Yeah, Battlecruiser PvP is probably something you're not going to see a lot of in this game, so hope you're enjoying it. I will tell you that this stream is entirely fueled by narcotics, so I got stepped into some shady streets to do what I do. Wait, what did I... Oh, I had a spare crash? Was I sitting on a crash? Did I already buy a crash? Did I just not pop a crash before? Are you telling me that for a long period of time I could have had a drug in it? I could have, you know, injected into, like, the side of my neck? Sleipnir. Sleipnir? Who, what? Sleipnir? Sleipnir. I just want to see it. How often do you see a command ship running around by itself? Oh, I had 2 crash bills in the station, alright. Happy days. He's here. Yeah. Cyclone's a bit obvious. God, this guy's fast. Well, I'm probably dead. Hopefully the sleeper will die, though. Probably an ASB tank. Needs aren't probably doing anything. Well, Ferrex is on I'm guessing the Tengu's gonna be on at some point in the near future. I think that Sleipnir's gonna die. I'm guessing this guy's an ASB tank. MDD, Scram Web, 2x XL ASB is pretty common. I don't see a hardener, so just gonna buzz around. One thing I could have done there is try to just get under the guns of the Sleipnir instead of trying to pull away. That'd probably been smarter, given that I was right on top of him. I could have caused him to miss a number of shots, but just by kind of orbiting really close to him if he was not trying to just keep it range pull away. That's Sleipnir down. Nice. And now everyone turns on each other. That was awesome. Let's see who's on the Sleipnir. Yeah, double XL ASP, yeah. That's quite a bit of money in that fitting. This guy is something of a hero. Oh, look at that storyline NOS. Damn. You're telling me with a curse newt and my medium and small newt, That we were able to turn off his tackle. That blows my mind. That just blows my mind. Yeah, Sea Junkie's a little bit mad. Here's your reward for battling the Sleipnir. Let's see it. God, that looks good. I thought that was shrimp for a moment, the way that bacon was curled up. I'm gonna spin my capsule really fucking quick, Zeb, and I'm gonna take over that Ferrex, and for the love of God, you don't send me home! What are you doing? You're doing? No, don't leave me! Did the Tengu die? What's going on? Is the Tengu dead? There's my wreck. There's a frigate wreck. There's the command ship wreck. There's the Vexor wreck. There's a elite frigate wreck. I'm so confused. Okay, no, the Tengu made it out. Alright. There's that. Oh. There goes an Ares. Queen, if you don't mind. Although, Geffen here may. Actually, I think he's going for the Cyclone. Or the Ferox. I might have been able to tackle, but we wouldn't have space battles to watch. This guy Brawlfed, or what's he doing? What kind of drones does he have out? Geckos? Kill the geckos! Kill the geckos! He's shooting the geckos. Die, geckos! This is for Thekla, says Zeb. This is for Thekla! I'll kill him for you. That thing just die? I think it just died. No, it probably got pulled. Looks like the Vexor's pretty close to the Ferox. Yeah, he's definitely within pull range. I don't see the Gecko actually shooting. It just looks like it's constantly going in and out. I mean, the Ferox just needs to kill one of these things, and he's up. There's some shots. Vexor's 100 MNAB? Okay. Probably dual rep, huh? This guy gets it. Queen, you beautiful beast! The 100 men Vexor Navy issue is ridiculous, Laz. I flew it with some Warlords of the Deep guys last weekend. I was really surprised how fast it was and stuff. God, that was a ridiculous run. I was fully anticipating going through like 3 or so battle cruisers tonight. Instead, we just got some really good content, and that lasted a really long time. That was really cool. I'm impressed. I'm very impressed. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that was nearly 2.5 hours of running around that single cyclone. Yay. There's a limited number of geckos in the game, Blip. However, there's a lot of them. There is a lot of them. People are sitting on thousands of them. Individuals are sitting on thousands of them. I've been going on a 1 BC per evening kind of trip. Yeah, kind of. Aw. That sucks, Laz. But man, that Sleipnir though. What ended up happening with that thing? Did he just ran out of his booster charges, so I guess he was taking enough DPS. I'm fairly happy that Capper Camper made it out with his Tengu as well. A lot of money put into that Sleipnir. Dude, I have a lot of respect for that guy for taking that out. Zoom around doing this solo thing. That's pretty cool. That's really cool. For the 100 MN VNI, do you fit anything the highest you can? You can fit medium newts. You can fit small newts. You can fit drone link augmentators. See you, Baki. Oh, you got a free computer out of it. Well, that's a pretty freaking good deal. That sounds good to me, Laz. I just sent off a whole bunch of my old PC parts to friends from either from the stream or just from Eve. My old streaming motherboard with the CPU and everything. To a buddy of mine that you could use it, so that's cool. Speaking of which, though, I do need to get the shipping from that asshole. Oh my gosh. I don't know about small rails on the VNI. It doesn't really seem like it gives anything to the ship. The bear gif is amazing. Yes. I wish I could slow it down, though. For whatever reason, it plays incredibly fast, both in your browser and on OBS. I wish I could change that. I haven't seen Karker in my stream in weeks, Thekla. I think I intimidated her at FanFest or something. I came on too hard or something. I don't know. Makes me sad. Makes me a huge sad. Alright, well guys, that's gonna be it. So, kind of doing an off day stream, just felt like doing some PvPs, so hope you guys enjoyed it. That was really cool with the Cyclone. We got some pretty cool fights, really good space battles. Again, it does bother me that I feel that I'm stuck flying the Cyclone or the Myrmidon to get PvP solo, but at the same time, I'm just glad that it's available these days, where when I've been flying around, say, a month or 2 months ago, something like that, I wouldn't have gotten these fights. Or at least I feel like I shouldn't have gotten these fights, so pretty freaking awesome. What's that, Tress? What am I clicking on? What is this? That was the end of our night? Killing a bunch of pods, or? Oh, cool. It's a lot of pod kills. Yeah, so I should be streaming tomorrow around 6 p.m. PST. I will not be streaming Saturday. I need to change that scheduled day. I'm going to be trying to do some tournament practice stuff with the Alliance Saturday morning. I might stream maybe Saturday night or something, but I don't know what my availability is going to be this weekend. I'll probably be trying to stream maybe. I don't know if it's going to be US primetime in the weekend or if it's going to be EU primetime. I don't know. I might just have, because I don't really want to move away from streaming on Saturday, so I might just go to a full US primetime sort of deal, but we'll see. But anyway, that's going to be it for the night, guys. So I'll catch you tomorrow around 6 p.m. Pacific, and until then, as usual, fly reckless. Good night, guys.